G'day everyone, Dino here in Melbourne, head office of HIZERO, and tonight we're going to show you how to use the HIZERO, how to clean the HIZERO, how to maintain it, and how to get the most out of it. And we're also going to explain the technology as we go along, and we're going to answer your questions, of course. I've made a bit of a mess here. I don't know if anyone can see that. I've got some crumbs, I've got some grass from outside, and let's see how quickly and easily the HIZERO cleans. Now remember, the HIZERO is not a vacuum cleaner. It's not a steam mop. It uses bionic technology with a spinning roller to pick up all the hard waste and all the liquid waste simultaneously. Actually, you know what, Natalie? Let's make it worse. There you go. How about if that happens at your place? You spilt the cereal and the milk. You spilt some food, some wine. Now you can push it as fast as you like, but I'm just letting it go at its own pace at the moment, just to show you how effective it is at picking up hard waste, liquid waste. Now, I'm going to do it at the pace that I recommend. Walking pace. It'll take all night if you don't do it quicker. So just go over the rubbish, forwards, always forwards over the solids and back the same way. Now have a look at that floor. Can you see? I think I've done it all. All gone. And, of course, there is some moisture there. Have a look at the hard waste. This is where all your hard waste has gone. And this is where all your liquid waste has gone. Do you see how it separates it for easy disposal? Put that in your rubbish bin. Wash that down the toilet and you're done. And just give it a quick wipe down. All right? Tonight I'm going to show you quite a few things. So prepare your questions and we'll answer them as we go along. All right, Natalie, are we okay to go?
Yep.
All right. Now, for those of you who may be new, I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I'm just going to show you how quick and easy it is to assemble your HIZERO. So it comes in the box, as you know, the carton eggshell. It comes in a couple of pieces. So your first thing you need to do is connect the handle, take out the quick mount screw, put that in, and then just push it through. All you need is a flathead screwdriver. If you haven't got one of those, a 10-cent piece will do the job, okay? Just put that in. That's what we call the quick mount screw for the handle. Push that in. That connects the handle to the lower body and brings the power up to the machine. All right, once that's tight, you're done, okay? That's easy. The battery comes uninstalled, okay? So put that in. Flathead screwdriver. It's quick and easy. Just put that in until it's completely flush. All right, you don't need to over-tighten it. You're not holding up a car or anything like that. Just once it becomes tight and it's flush around the edges, it's in and ready to go. The water bottles are pre-installed from the factory. Now, this is a brand new machine. What have you noticed? There's a bit of water in there, okay? So that's normal, factory tested if a little bit of water's in there. Once again, the wastewater tank, there's a little bit of moisture in there, factory tested, okay? So don't worry about that, all right? Your handle, your battery, your water bottles, your cleaning head, brush roller is already installed. Your filter is installed. Your hard waste tray is installed. The only other thing you have to do is soften the roller. Now, this is where some of you had a little bit of trouble. So let me explain it, okay? When you get the roller, it's rock hard, okay? It's like a sponge, like a new sponge, okay? You need to soak it in water, but also massage it, okay? Just soaking it is not good enough because what happens is when you soak it, put it under, we recommend warm water under a running tap, and then what you do is you soak it with the water and squeeze it, but then to make sure you've got rid of all the hard spots, the lumps underneath that you can't see, massage it. As you're running it under water, massage it until it's completely soft. If there are hard spots in the roller, and some of you have given me some feedback about leaving too much water behind on the new machines, that's fine. It's the roller, okay? So take the roller out, take it over to a sink. I haven't got any running water here. Take it over to a sink, warm water. As it's running under warm water, 2 or 3 minutes, just massage the roller. Now, if you run your hand down the roller and you feel lumps, then it's not done. It will scoop water into your tray. It won't take the water away. So it's really, really important that you make sure the roller is spot on, okay? We got any questions at the assembly stage?
Current wait time for getting one.
Current wait time, okay. I know we're going to get this question a lot. We're looking at late September for the next shipment. Please register online. So click on the Buy Now button, and then there's a link there where you can put your name and phone number and email. And you can be contacted by email or text, whatever you prefer, okay? So late September is when we're getting our next shipment, so please put your name down for that. All right?
Can you use hot water in the machine?
Warm water only, not hot. Okay, that's what we recommend. So I'm going to show you again. It's very important you get the roller right. Okay, if there are hard spots, it won't work properly. It needs to be fully soft. Okay, that's what it looks like hard. That's what it looks like soft. You see how it's soft all the way to the core? Okay, so there's no hard spot. And when you run your hand, and it should not be leaking water when you put it in the machine. It should be dry. Okay, or wring out the excess water. All right. Any questions about the roller? Really important. Once every 4 to 6 months, you should be changing this roller.
Can you use vinegar in the water tank?
No, we don't recommend any foreign chemicals. Only HIZERO detergent. You've got one of these with the machine, a cap full of this in the clean water tank, and that's all we recommend. Plain water, and this is antibacterial, by the way. It will kill all bacteria on the floor, okay? So just some of that will do the job. Anything else at the assembly stage, Natalie?
How much are the replacement rollers?
The rollers are, correct me, about $35 for the replacement rollers, okay? Now, let me show you. That's assembled. So let me show you how you put together the charging base, because that's quite easy to do. The charging base comes in 2 pieces. Put that in there, and then make sure, obviously that plugs into the back. Here, normal power point. Make sure when you sit it on the charging base, have a look at this. Make sure it's sitting flush, okay? So there's no gap here. That's very important. And put it on charge for 4 hours before you use it. So don't use it straight away because you'll run the battery flat straight away. It will only last 1 or 2 minutes. It's not designed to be used straight away. 4 hours of charge, please. You'll see a red flashing light. And when it's ready, it'll be a blue solid light. When you've got a blue solid light, you're ready to go.
How do we solve the excess water problem?
Excess water
about the
problem.
rollers, excess water on the floor.
Okay, with the new roller? Okay, so once again, go back in, take the roller out, rinse it under warm water, okay, for 2 to 3 minutes while massaging back and forth, okay? And that will open up the pores because when the roller comes in brand new, it's quite dense. So by rinsing it under warm running water, you're removing some of the chemicals and you're opening the pores. You see how the pores are all starting to open up? That is a new roller, and that'll become more absorbent, okay? Trust me, after a couple of uses, it will get better and better and better.
Do you have to soak the roller every time you use it?
No. Okay, so the roller will stay wet as long as you're using it every day or every second day, the roller will stay wet because you're putting water into it. But if you've gone away for a week or if you haven't used it for a couple of weeks, it will dry out. Start the process all over again. Soak it in water and do it all over again. Not each use, okay?
How will the HIZERO go on dark high gloss tiles? Will it be streak free?
It should be streak free because streaks are caused by 2 things. One, a lot of detergent in the surface that you're cleaning, but also because the water doesn't dry quick enough. So because the HIZERO leaves very little water behind, it will get rid of the streaks very quickly and also the existing detergent. The only other question we've had, Natalie, people getting the HIZERO at home and then saying there's a lot of suds in the hard waste tray or a lot of suds from here and they haven't used our detergent. Now, does anyone know what do you think that might be? What it is existing detergent in your floor. So let's say you've been using detergent for years, whatever brand, and it's in your floor, the HIZERO will strip it back, and because it agitates the detergent in the floor, it causes suds. Now that is not a fault. All you need to do is take the roller out, take the hard waste tray out, take the wastewater bottle out and give them a rinse, okay? Rinse out. As it so happens, do you remember at my dad's house, I had to do his place 5 times. I had to change the water 5 times in the space of 100 square meters because he had used so much soap that the suds was filling up really quickly. So that is an issue if you put too much soap. Don't use too much soap.
Do you have to deep clean the head every mop, the head of it, every week or month?
Once a week, that's correct, yeah. I thought you meant every time. No. Once a week we recommend the Mode 2 internal clean. I'm going to show you how we do that, okay? Maybe we should start a demonstration. What do you think, Natalie?
Yeah.
So we should do? Okay, so what I'm going to do, first thing I'm going to do is going to move the water tank away so I can move the table. So if we've got any more assembly questions, please shoot them through now, okay? Assembly is pretty easy. It's not complicated. The most important thing is to rinse the roller, soften the roller, not rinse it, soften the roller, but rinse it under warm water. There are videos. Every single thing I'm showing you tonight is on our help page under customer support. Under help, how-to videos. There's about 12, 13 different videos there that show you step by step how to do everything I'm doing tonight, okay? So, once you've assembled it, ready to go, put the roller in, put it on charge for 4 hours, and in 4 hours you'll be ready to do some cleaning, all right? I'm going to move the table away. Excuse the noise. Sorry about that. All right. So here's our HIZERO, fully assembled, okay? So the HIZERO only weighs about 4 kilos. So it's quite easy to maneuver. It's quite easy to lift. Okay, it sits in the lock position. To unlock it, just put your foot gently on either side and pull back, and you'll hear a click. That's a normal sound. When you press the power button, it automatically wants to go forward. But if you clean your home at this pace, it's too slow. Okay, it's going to take too long. So we recommend normal walking pace. Just like you would a normal vacuum cleaner. This is not a vac. Back and forth. This is how you would clean the area. Okay? You should be able to do one tank. One clean water tank is about 500 mil. That'll do 50 square meters. Just interrupt me when you've got some questions.
Okay, so the floors that it works on, hardwood?
All hard, sealed and flat surfaces. So, no carpets or rugs, okay? Not ideal for slate where you've got big indentations, okay? The way the technology works with the HIZERO, I'm going to explain it before I use it. See how the roller's spinning? Can you see that on the video? So you see how that roller's spinning? If the roller touches, whatever the roller touches, it cleans. If it can't touch it, it can't clean it. So if your floor is very up and down, if you've got divots up and down and it can't get to it, it won't clean it. Okay, so the HIZERO is not suitable for those type of floors. All right? So let me make a mess, or have you got more questions? Go ahead.
Is it okay to leave the HIZERO on charge on the base all the time?
Yes, you can, unless you're going away for a couple of weeks, then I recommend taking it off. But daily use, weekly use, that's fine, leave it on charge. Lithium battery.
Can you sweep that fast, or are you meant to go to the speed of the mechanics?
No, you can push it as fast as you like, okay? You can go as fast as you like. Don't worry if you feel resistance. A few people have called us and said, oh, I can feel resistance, I'm worried I'm going to break it. You're not going to break it, okay? I recommend as fast as you're comfortable with. Obviously not running, but how I'm doing it now is how you would use it at home. Because you want the job to be quick. You don't want to take too long. That's the whole idea of getting a HIZERO, so you can do it quick and easy. 2 jobs in one. Sweep and mop. All right, let me make a mess, okay? I'm going to make a bit of a mess here. I might start with the matte finish tile. I've got some oats, I've got some breadcrumbs, and I'm going to simulate, let's say, some spilt milk. I don't want to waste any milk. All right? Now, how would you clean that? It would be difficult to clean, wouldn't it? So you need to get a paper towel, you need to get a mop and bucket, you've got hard waste, liquid waste, all mixed together. Sits in the lock position, unlock it. Now remember, when you're going over hard waste, you need to go over it forwards. It will not pick up hard waste in the backwards position. So back and forth over the same spot, move it across, go again, move it across and go again. Now, we'll notice a couple of things. One, the HIZERO has separated the hard waste. Oh, we cleaned that. That's from the rubbish from before. So you've got the hard waste in here and the liquid waste in here. Easy disposal, okay? So you put that back together again. And what you'll notice with the HIZERO also, it's very quiet. 60 decibels, okay? So it's not a vacuum cleaner, therefore it doesn't have that noisy filter system, it doesn't have that noisy motor. It's much quieter and it's much more user-friendly, okay? Any questions at this stage?
So the HIZERO clunks over the grout of my tiles. If I mop on an angle, it resolves this. I want to know, is it normal to get a clunking sound if you straight on?
It is, correct. Because what happens is, even our floors at home, we've got timber floors, which are natural timber, and they're all uneven. So what happens is when you go across an uneven surface, you'll get a clicking sound. You hear the clicking sound? This is very uneven, so I have to go on a bit of an angle. Okay, this is not the same tiles. But you hear the clicking sound? That's normal. So the grout lines, it'll make a clicking sound, yes. So sometimes you have to go on a different angle to pick up, so to reduce the noise as well. Okay?
Questions about New Zealand.
New Zealand. We're working on New Zealand. Okay, we have an agent over there, but I don't think they've got any stock just yet. So we are working on it. Send us an email. We'll keep your details. We'll let you know when it's done, when it's set up.
Difference between setting 1 and setting 2.
Okay, I'm going to explain that. All right. So setting 1, let me just explain the control panel while we're at it. Setting 1 is general cleaning, everyday cleaning. Number 2 is what we call internal clean. So when you want to clean the machine inside, you use number 2. There's no, what number 1 and number 2? Number 2, the difference is double the water usage. Number 1 is very saves a lot of water. Number 2 uses a lot of water because what it does, it cleans the internals of the machine. I'm going to show you how we do that later on. Okay, so let me clean up this mess. Once again, a shiny porcelain tile. Let's make a bit of a mess. Okay, once again, could be milk, could be water, could be wine, could be anything, any sort of liquid. Okay. Now, as you move forward, it sweeps and mops. As you come back again, it mops again. So it mops in both directions, it sweeps in the forward direction. So if you've got some hard waste, I want to show you something actually. I'll put some hard waste down here. Now, if you happen to go over the hard waste backwards, it won't pick it up. Okay, because the technology is designed to pick up hard waste as you move forward. So just turn the machine around and go over it from different angles. You'll see that HIZERO is quite versatile. It has a lot of manoeuvrability. You can go quite low under furniture. Have a look at how low it gets. Can you see this? I'll put it under here. See how quick and easy it is to get under there. It's got a small head as well, so it can get into tight spaces. All right. Once again, it leaves the tile relatively dry. There's still water there. It is a mop. You will get a drop here and there. Just go back over it again, okay?
Is water normal in the hard waste tray?
No, it's not, okay? The hard waste tray should be moist. So all the rubbish in here is moist. It's wet because it was picked up with a wet roller. So the wet roller picks up the hard waste. Let me just quickly explain the technology. Wet roller picks up the hard waste. The brush roller knocks it off into the tray. Now, if you're getting water in here, you haven't cleaned the filter or you haven't cleaned the metal grate. We haven't shown that yet, have we?
No, there's a lot of questions about that.
Okay, we're going to show that. You want me to? Probably we should do it now.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do it now. No problem. It's quite easy to do. Here we go. All right, so daily cleaning, weekly cleaning. You should never put away the HIZERO with dirty water. It'll smell. So just tip it out. There's your dirty water. That's your wastewater tank. There's your hard waste. Use the brush. Let me get the brush. The hard waste tray, just brush that out and give it a rinse with some fresh water. And the other thing you need to do, the filter. Okay? You need to give this a wash pretty much every time you use it, give it a wash, just in case any gunk builds up in there like hair. If you've got pets in the home, you will get hair in there, okay? So give that a wash. Very important, you clean these 3 components after each use, okay? The hard waste, the filter, and the wastewater tank, okay? Now I'm going to show you one last area that you need to clean. It's all here on the instructions on the yellow as well, okay? Plus we've got videos on the website. Tilt your machine on its side. Remove the water bottles first. Pop out the roller. Take the roller out. Now, you see back here, there's a metal grate. This is what we call the sink drain, okay? This needs to come out once a week to clean. The way you do it is remove the filter, and where the filter hole is, use the brush handle and push that out. See how easy that comes out? So, see the stuff that we picked up before? There's still some stuck here. Okay, give this a clean, because if this is blocked, the water's got nowhere to go, okay? So you must take this out. If you have pets, you'll need to clean it more often because hair gets in everywhere, okay? This is a quick and easy maintenance. Let me show you. Take it out, rinse it under water if it's blocked. You see the arrows? That's how you put it back together again. The green side faces the green arrows. The high side faces you. The sink drain has a high side and a low side, but it's also been changed colour just recently from black to green. So the green side faces the arrows. Put that back in, the lower side, and then just push it in. Okay, and you're done. Put the roller back in, make it click, If it doesn't click, you haven't put it together properly. Stand it back up, put the filter back in, the tray, the hard waste, the liquid waste, and the clean water tank. Okay, now I've spilled some water there. I'm going to pick that up. So, cleaning it regularly is important because hard waste, liquid waste, it all mixes together when it's picking it up, and the sink drain can get blocked up. So that would be the main reason why you get water in the hard waste tray.
What's the name of the video called on help for cleaning the filter?
What you
just did.
Yeah, the weekly clean. It's called the 1, 2, 3. It's the fourth one down on the left-hand side.
Okay, so if you have problems with water in the green tray, a few people have said that, go and watch that video.
Exactly. Cleaning, if you have water in the tray or water, not picking up water on the ground, it's a cleaning issue. It's 99.9% a cleaning issue. So you need to pull the machine apart and give it a clean. Okay? So clean the filter, clean the hard waste, the sink drain, clean everything out. The other area you need to clean, let me show you this one, Nat. I forgot to show this one. Once a week, the lid. Now all the dirty water comes in through this pipe here. You've got your green and your black. Okay, some of the newer models have got the green, the old ones have got black. The one on the right is where all the dirty water comes in. You'll see a little bin picture. Okay, dirty water from the drain comes into here, and this lid can get blocked a little bit. You can get with hair. So what you do, pull it apart, and give it a quick clean. This is what we call the filter inside the lid, the wastewater tank lid. Once again, there's a video of that as well on the website, okay? So give that a clean, make sure there's nothing stuck in that little hole there. Make sure there's nothing stuck in the hole here. Make sure that's clean inside. There's nothing to change, you just need to rinse it and give it a clean, okay? So put that back together again. Click it all. It goes in back that way. You know what? I say to people, if you clean as you go, clean as you go. Don't leave it for a month and clean it at the end of the month because it's going to be dirty. It's going to be harder to clean. Clean as you go. Once a week at a minimum. Give it a pull apart, take 4 to 5 minutes, and you'll be able to clean it quickly and easily. All right?
Stock availability.
Okay, once again, stock availability. Towards late September is when we're expecting the next restock. So please register online because what we're doing is we're notifying people who register online. So everybody's registered gets the first notification, first opportunity to buy. So we've got August and September notifications going out late September. Hopefully the wharfs don't go on strike and we can get our product off the wharf. But late September is when we're looking at the next availability. Please register online.
Long hair and smeared dirt like mud.
Okay, long hair. All right, long hair, we'll go here, around the brush roller. Okay, you see I had a bit of grass that I had picked up before. Okay, long hair wraps around here. What I recommend, let me get a paper towel. What I recommend is some paper towel. It won't wrap around tightly because this spins very slow. And what you just do this, push it towards the end, and then just take it off. Okay? And then give that a clean behind the brush roller as well. So put that back inside there. Now remember, when you're putting it back together again, if you don't hear it click, you haven't put it back together again properly. All right? So there's a click. Now, mud. Okay, mud. You know, I get a lot of questions about what can the HIZERO do and what it can't do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mention what it can't do. So if you have a heap of mud or a lot of gravel or you've spilled a whole bowl of spaghetti bolognese, don't try and use the HIZERO to pick it up because you're going to spend a lot of time cleaning it. I think the most common sense thing is to do, if you've got a massive pile of waste, pick it up with a paper towel, take away the majority of the waste with a paper towel, and then finish off with the HIZERO, okay? Please don't use it for pet spills, urine, excrement, that type of thing, because it's not bacteria. It's not a good idea for bacteria spreading, okay? Please don't do it for that. It's not a good idea. And also broken glass, okay? We don't recommend that, all right? What other questions do we have now?
How often is change the roller?
Every 4 to 6 months, depending on use, okay? If the roller's starting to show signs of wear, it's leaving a little bit of water behind, your machine's clean, but it's leaving water behind, the roller's wearing out. Once the roller wears out, it won't hold the water, okay? So, a good roller won't drop any water. An old roller that's worn out, it's like an old pair of tyres on your car, bald, won't keep you on the road. This is the same. As that wears, it won't hold the water properly.
Is there a self-clean function?
Yes, there is. Now I'm going to show you that, okay? Well, we don't call it a self-clean. We call it an internal clean, okay? So, this is what you do. We recommend doing this once a week, all right? Give me a minute or a couple of seconds to put some water in. So fill up the clean water tank with warm water, okay? Fill it up to the top with warm water. Add 10 ml of detergent, okay? A capful to the water bottle. Put that in there. Make sure this is empty. Waste tank empty. Clean water tank full. Make sure the machine is clean, physically clean. The rubbish has to go somewhere, so you've got to give it a clean, okay? Now, what we're going to show you is how you clean the bits you can't see. Sit it on the charging base. You see the little divot here? That's where the roller sits. Sit it on the charging base. Disconnect the power. It won't work with the power connected. And then switch it to mode 2. So it turns on number 1. Press this button here. This is called the mode button. Number 2. Now, number 2 uses double the water, and what it's doing now, it's pushing all the clean water through the system, pushing clean water through, dirty water out. I don't know if you can see, you've got clean water going in, dirty water pumping out. I don't know if you can see that from there without a. Yeah, so you'll see it pumps out sporadically, okay? So what it's doing, it's cleaning the hoses inside the machine, and it's also cleaning your roller. So we recommend you do this at least once a week, okay? Do the physical clean, put some fresh water in here, and do the internal clean at the end, okay? Once a week.
Can you just use water without the HIZERO detergent?
Yes, you can. Plain water is fine. Obviously, it won't be antibacterial.
Is it fine to leave the HIZERO on charge all the time?
Yes, it's a good idea to leave it on charge, ready to go. Remember, one charge will last 60 minutes, okay? 60 minutes, 4-hour charge from dead.
Do you want to show a mess?
I'll do another mess? Okay, here we go. All right, now I'm going to show something.
Should you run the self-clean once or keep going until the water is clear?
No, just once is enough. But if you haven't done it for a while, and we've had people with this comment, if you haven't done it for a while, for example, you've forgotten to do it for a month, then yes, run a few more cycles. It's not going to hurt the machine in any way, shape or form, okay? Now, let me put down some, anyone with young children out there can relate to this. You got some 2-minute noodles, okay, some Cocoa Pops. What about some sauce that goes in with it? Let's say you have a mess like this. See, that looks pretty messy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see how the HIZERO can handle this. Once again, this is not what I would call a pre-clean mess. You don't have to clean this up first. This is the normal everyday mess. Unlock the HIZERO, press your power button, and remember, I'm only going slow so you can see what I'm doing. Sweeps and mops in the forward motion, and then mops again backwards, okay? I'm just going to push it slowly so you can see what I'm doing. So I've always got the rubbish in front of the machine. Very important to have the rubbish in front. I mean, it's picked up those chunks nicely. I've got a bit of sauce there still to pick up. And I'm just going to go over it to get rid of any smears. That's a shiny surface. It's looking all right, isn't it? Mm-hmm. How'd that come up?
Good.
Very good. Now, have a look. What's the end result? Once again, pop open the lid. There's your pasta, or 2-minute noodles, Wheat Bix, and there was also some Cocoa Pops. Okay, there's the water that we were doing from the self-clean because we put the detergent in it, but the sauce is mixed in there now. Okay, so this now, what I would recommend, don't put it away like this. Give it a quick clean. If you finish cleaning, always give it a clean. Very important. Give it a clean. You don't want it to go mouldy or smelly. Clean as you go, and you'll be right. Put that back together again. Give it a rinse. Give it a rinse. Check the filter. Filter's just got a bit of suds in it, but it's more likely this is going to catch hair and fluff, that type of thing. All right? That's designed to stop the drain from blocking. All right? It's really, really simple if you clean as you go. Where we've had feedback from customers, if you haven't cleaned it for a month, that's when you need a little bit more time for cleaning. So please clean as you go. All right?
How much should a full tank clean?
One clean water tank is about 500 ml, so that'll do 50 square metres. So our showroom's about 100 square metres. I have to fill it once to clean it, all right? But we've had some feedback from people saying the water runs out really quickly. After a bit more investigation, we found out that they were just doing this. So letting the machine run at its own pace, you're going to use double the water, okay? And do half the time. And do half the space, I should say, all right? Push it as fast as you like, okay? Back and forth over the surface. I'm just going to give this a quick clean. There's a bit of rubbish here. Bit of grass. That's all we use in our office. We've got hard floors all across the office, floors in the back, floors, we just use the HIZERO. We don't do anything else, okay? And there's your rubbish that we just picked up. Look, you couldn't even see it. There's a bit of grass there, other bits and pieces. All right. We'll keep going with the demonstration or a few more questions?
Questions. Would the end result be the same on high gloss tiles?
Yes, I've got some high gloss tile here. Have a look at that. Yes, it works perfectly on high gloss tiles, okay? What you'll find is, if you're new to HIZERO and you buy a new HIZERO, you take it home, the first time you do your black, really dark high gloss tiles, you will see some streaks. You know why? There'll be detergent in there from your previous cleaning, from your previous machine. So you need to give it a chance to strip that all back. We've had some feedback about that, saying, oh, it's leaving streaks in it. That's because it's still stripping back. And then we had a lady call us today. She'd had it for a week and a half, and at this week she said, all the streaks are gone, all the soap's gone, and it's coming out clean. So it took a bit of time because there's a lot there to clean. I mean, it's not a miracle work, it's a mop. It's a sweeper and a mop, but give it time. Be patient with it, and it will do what we say it does. Look at the feedback. Don't look at just the feedback. Look at what we say. Okay, we back the product 100%. If you're unhappy with it in any way, shape, or form, we've got live chat. Jenny's online right now if you want to talk to her on our website. We've got email, you've got phone numbers, you can call us. We're working right through this crisis, so you can contact us anytime, okay, with any problems. Questions, go ahead.
Is it better to fill the tank with warm water or cold water?
I think warm water cleans better, okay? A lot of people tell me that warm water works more effectively, so we've been testing it. Not boiling hot, the plastic doesn't like it. Warm water, okay, will clean the job.
How long is the warranty?
It's a 2-year repair warranty. Something goes wrong with it, you call us, we'll organise to get you to one of our service centres, or we can pick it up if you're in a regional area.
Do you need to use the disposable trays, or is the waste tray okay on its own?
Waste tray's fine on its own. We've actually probably looking to phase out the waste tray. Let me have a look, where are they? Yeah, what happens, these, we don't think they're that environmentally friendly, so I think we're going to be phasing these out. So, up to you. If you use them, don't use them and wash them all the time. You need to throw them out. Okay, use them a couple of times, throw them out. But the hard waste tray is fine. Never use these myself.
Other detergents?
No, you can't use other detergents. Sorry. The reason being is the pumps, and the plastics inside the machine interact. Some of the other detergents on the market are quite caustic, quite acidic, and they can eat away at the components of the machine. So please don't use them. And eucalyptus oil, tea tree oil, no. No eucalyptus oil, no tea tree oil, please.
Can it be used on vinyl planks?
Yes, it can. Vinyl planks, no problem. A lot of people ask us, can it be used on...
What kind of floors can't it be used on?
Can't. Okay.
Carpet.
Uneven? Obviously carpet and rugs. Yeah, carpet and rugs. It's a hard floor cleaner only. It's not for carpet or rugs. But really uneven floors, we don't recommend it. Okay? Because it's not a vac, it doesn't have the suction to remove anything that may be contained. If you've got a floor that goes up and down a lot, then it won't be suitable for that. Okay?
Stock.
Once again, the question, I appreciate the questions, and we apologise. We apologise and thank you for your support. I forgot to thank everybody for their support, purchasing the product and supporting us. We're a small family business. Stock will be available late September. Please register online, okay? We've got a couple of ex-demos, I think, lying around in some of our offices. So just call around tomorrow and see if you can find one here and there, okay?
If we use other detergents we buy, does that void warranty?
Yes, it will, okay, because it will damage the machine, okay? But admittedly, most people are not using other detergents. We haven't had any problems with that. Some people put eucalyptus oil. Eucalyptus oil is very bad for the machine. It clogs up all the valves. Please don't use it.
How much is the HIZERO detergent?
The HIZERO detergent is $17.60 for 1 litre. That'll last you a year, okay? Less is more. Please don't use a lot. Because people think that if you put more, it's going to do a better job. It doesn't work that way. If you put more, you're just going to get more suds. Okay, 10 mil per tank, per 500 mil tank.
If there's a stubborn stuck on stain on the floor, can we spray it with a cleaner and then HIZERO over?
Good question. Okay, I recommend, what I've done at home is use water. So if I've got a stubborn stain, something that's dried out, I would put some water down first. I'll put some water down first, and I've done this with my foot. I've done this to loosen up the stain, rather than using a caustic chemical, which I don't like. Okay, HIZERO detergent is pH neutral. Okay, it's not acidic, and that'll clean up the mess quickly and easily. But what you do, stubborn stain, this is how you handle it. Back and forth over the same spot, really slowly, really slowly. So you let the roller do its job. Scrubbing the floor gently. Now you see that light? That means I've run out of water. Now this light here tells me, just in case I've missed it, but up here, can you see that? Means I'm running out of water. All right, which I have. Here's the tank, no water left. All right. So that's the water light. Let me go, maybe I should go through the panel lights and explain all those. Or have you got a few more questions?
Can it be used on, I'm going to say it wrong, travertine?
Okay, travertine. I get a few questions about this. Travertine sometimes has indentations or holes in it. If it has holes in it, that's where the water will collect and the HIZERO won't be able to get it out. Okay, the HIZERO must touch the surface to clean it. If it can't touch it, it can't clean it. All right, that's important to know.
Keep going.
Yep, all right, no worries. I'll get some water. Let me just fill up the tank and then we'll do some more demonstrations. But I want to show also, are we getting any more questions about cleaning now?
Not at the moment that I can see.
Okay.
Just quickly, for some questions that I haven't asked, they're more of a, I guess, only happens to a few people. If you want to send a message on our website, go on live chat.
Jenny's online now. She can help you.
Or if you want to send an Instagram direct message, we'll respond to you.
Instagram direct message. You can also send an email to info@hizero.com.au. We've got customer service people that will be here tomorrow and they can help you with that. So any problems you're having, please feel free to give us an opportunity to fix it. We back our product. We want to help you. We're not a big corporation with overseas call centre. We're a small family business, offices across Australia. We've got Melbourne, where we are today, Sydney, Brisbane, Perth, and Adelaide. Yes, regional customers, we're there for you too as well. All you've got to do is contact us and we'll help you. We'll pick up the machine if we organise a courier, a reply paid. There's nothing we can't help you with, okay? We're here to help. We want to support you for supporting us, okay? So don't fear that we're not going to support, we're here to support you. We've been doing this now for, it's 2 years now we launched the HIZERO. Does that sound about right? 2 years, September.
Yeah.
About 13,000 machines sold so far. The response from our customers has been fantastic. We can't complain. We're very happy with the response and the support we're getting. Getting stock is very frustrating. During these crisis times, it's been even more difficult. So please be patient. Put your name down. It's the best way to get one, okay? And when you get the email or the text, please respond within 24 hours or else it will sell out, okay? We're trying our best. Please give us an opportunity to look after you. All right, so we're going to do some more demos?
Yeah, do a couple more.
All right.
Can you use warm to hot water?
Not hot. If you can't touch it with your hand, not hot. Okay, I recommend warm water only. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put down some fine dust. Okay, let's say you've got some fine dust at home. Okay, you know, you're in a dusty place or something like that. I'm going to clean this because I want to show you. I want to show you how it works, how it picks up fine dust. Excuse the silence while I clean up the mess.
That's okay. A lot of people are just saying the customer service has been great and they love the product.
Thank you very much. We appreciate the feedback. Our staff work very hard to help people.
And we read all of your comments.
We do. We do. I'm online a lot of the time helping people out. Okay, now, let me show you a mess. So, what happens with dust? A normal vacuum cleaner, what does a normal vacuum cleaner do? It uses suction and then it pumps out the air from a HEPA filter at the back and it circulates the dust. Watch how the HIZERO handles dust. It wets it first and then picks it up. Okay, I'm going to pick it up really slowly so you can see it. It wets everything it picks up and takes it away. This is a matte floor, matte wooden laminate floor. Back and forth. Now those of you who have asked me, it's not a steam mop. It doesn't heat the water, Okay, so it won't damage the glue in the vinyl planks. I think we had that question before.
Yep.
Watch where has the dust gone. Can you see that? No? See the dust is in there? It hasn't gone into the water tank. The pepper that we put in is gone in here because the roller picks up everything, scrapes off, and the water's in here. Okay, so easy cleaning. All right, so you can see that the technology is, in my opinion, better than a vacuum cleaner, better than a steam mop. Okay, because it doesn't heat the water. Steam mops is no good for wooden floors. It'll warp them, and no good for vinyl planks because of the glue. Okay, this does not heat the water.
Can you do a wet mess quickly?
A wet mess.
Like tomato sauce, maybe?
Yeah, sure. Let me make a mess. We'll do the noodles again.
Yeah, we do. They're still wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got some hard rice and some sauce.
Can you vacuum straight up things like baked beans?
Yes, once again, if it's a huge mess, a big pile of it, I would pick up the excess with a paper towel. Okay, I know there are some brands out there selling similar products that pick up big piles of rubbish at the same time. Well, you know what you're doing? You're creating extra work for yourself because it's going to take you 20 minutes to clean the machine. So it makes more sense to just pick up normal messes. If you drop something, please pick it up, majority, and then finish off with a HIZERO. That's the most logical thing to do. Okay, unlock, press the power button, no settings to play with, no trigger to push the water. As it moves forwards, it sweeps and mops. As it comes back, it mops the surface again. So once again, keep the hard waste in front of you, okay? I'm going slow for effect, okay? When I've got a big mess, I also go a little bit slower so I can pick it up, come back the same way you went. I've got hard rice in there, I've got sauce, I've got, what have I got? Noodles. Now, how's that looking? Think I've got it all?
Yeah.
All right?
A fun question for you.
Sure.
Eggs.
Okay. Look, once again, I had someone test it out with an egg. Yes, it will do the job, but you're going to have to spend a bit more time cleaning the machine. It would be logical to pick it up with a paper towel, the majority of the mess, and finish with a HIZERO. That would be the way I would do it, okay? Because that would be less cleaning time, and because a paper towel, drop it on top of the egg, pick up most of the egg, throw that in your bin, okay, and finish off with a HIZERO. I don't want to say it's a miracle worker because, you know, if you pick up a big mess like that, you will just spend more time cleaning. It's going to be a little bit more inconvenient, but it will do the job.
Slate floors.
Slate floors are a challenge, okay? Even though we have one of the staff members in Melbourne, she's been using it for 2 and a bit years on slate floors, and she swears by it. But the slate varies on how uneven it is. If it's really uneven, no, we don't recommend it, okay? Because once again, the HIZERO, I want to show you something. Have a look at this. I want to show you how the technology works. You see how it's pulling itself along the ground? That means the roller is pulling itself along the floor. So if it doesn't, whatever it touches, it's cleaning as it's going along, okay? It uses bionic technology. There's no vacuum, there's no steam, okay? As it pulls itself forward, it scrubs the floor and picks up hard waste and liquid waste, okay? And if there isn't any liquid waste, it mops the floor at the same time. Do you want me to show you another cleaning section?
Yeah, we'll do one more. If you guys want to ask a few more questions, and then we'll finish with the video for tonight.
Okay. All right. Okay. So the cleaning, maybe cleaning is a good idea to show now?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So cleaning is important, really important. So you've got your daily clean, you've got your weekly clean, okay? Tip out the waste. Always give that a rinse. Take your clean water bottle out, okay? Pop the lid open. Take out your hard waste. Use your brush provided and push that out into the rubbish bin. We've got a bit of rubbish there, obviously, from all the demos. Just give that a rinse. Fresh water, okay? Check your filter. Okay, so the filter's got a little bit of gunk in it. Just give it a rinse, okay? And then, the last thing you should do, weekly, clean the sink drain. Okay, clean the metal grate behind the roller. See all the stuff we've been picking up? You see how some of it's stuck there? Can you see that on the video?
Yep.
Okay, so If you don't get that out, eventually it's going to get stuck in there. So what you do, take this metal grate out, give it a rinse, wash it under running water, reinstall it, and that'll stop any gunk from getting into the filter and blocking the drain. Okay, so put that back in. It's only one way it can go in. Those of you with older machines that don't have the green, make sure you have the flat side facing away from you, the high side facing towards you. There's videos on the website which explains this. Put the metal grate in at the bottom and then push until it's flush. Okay, when it's flush, it's done. Put that back in, click. When you hear a click, it's in place. All right, and we'll put it all back together again. Hard waste tray, wastewater tank, oops, sorry, clean water tank, and where did I put the filter? And there's the filter, okay? That sits in there. All right?
How do you clean the dirty water tank?
The dirty water tank, okay. Comes apart, the lid comes apart into two pieces. Now, make sure you pull this apart and give it a rinse, but also make sure you clean. You see that little hole in there? There's a little, this is the waste, that's where the wastewater's coming in. Clean that hole in there with a little toothpick. If some hair gets stuck in there, give it a hole, give it a clean. Make sure the washer is into position. If that washer has come off, it won't create a seal and won't take the water away. So make sure that washer is in position and not crimped. Give that a rinse under warm water. Click it back together again. Put it in. And you're ready to go again. All right? Give that a rinse and a clean.
After you've cleaned the parts, do you have to wait for them to be dried before you put them back in?
No, definitely not. It can handle it wet, no problem at all.
And
okay?
how often do you need to replace all the parts?
Nothing. You should not have to...
Like the roller.
Oh, of course, sorry. The wastewater bottle, all the bottles and batteries, they don't need to be replaced unless something breaks on it. You can contact us. The rollers need to be replaced every 6 months at a minimum. The cleaning roller, the brush roller, every 6 months, okay, is the most important. Let me just check my list and I'll make sure we've covered everything tonight that I wanted to cover. All right, so we've got suds on the floor, daily, weekly cleaning. Once again, stock. Stock is available late September, okay? So please sign up on our website for that. If you need any support, contact us, live chat, Instagram messaging, however you like, all right? Anything else, Natalie?
How much are the rollers?
The rollers are $35.90, okay? That must be security calling to see if we're still here at the office.
How do you stop the mop sponge from smelling?
Okay, so this is where it's important to do that mode 2 internal clean, all right? So what you need to do, add the detergent to the tank, add the HIZERO detergent, 10 ml to the tank, warm water, and make sure you're running that cycle mode 2. Okay, make sure you do it at least once a week. But if the roller's smelling, also check the age. If it's getting old, it will smell as well. If it's older than 6 months, it needs to be replaced. Okay, mode 2. Actually, let me go through the panel and explain what all the lights are. All right, you ready for this? Okay, so when you turn it on, mode 1, battery power. Solid blue is good. Flashing red means it needs charge. Okay. This button here is the mode button. Changes from 1 to 2, doubles the water usage. Okay? The other one I'll pull that, I'll make it happen. Okay, you've got the wastewater tank is full or wastewater tank is missing, the light comes on. Okay? The other one below it is the clean water tank. Clean water tank is coming on, means you're running out of water. All right? I'm going to show you something else. Let's say...
Really quickly,
sure.
Should you leave the lid open when you have the HIZERO sitting? Leave the lid open.
Oh, yes, you mean as in just letting it air out?
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. We've been doing that at home lately to test it, and it's a good idea. It dries it out, and any smells dissipate.
Are all the machines the same no matter the age?
They're all exactly the same, except for they've just been changing internal components that you can't even see. But we have a model launched that was sold up until July 2019. The sink drain comes out differently and the filter's in a different location. Okay, so that's a grey filter and you use a hook to remove the sink drain. These ones don't, from July 2019 till now, you don't need a hook.
Can you use essential oils?
No. No oils, no eucalyptus oil, no tea tree because it's very bad for the machine. It clogs everything up. Okay, all right. Have we covered all the topics that we want to cover tonight?
Yeah.
So I'd like to say thank you, and let's hope we can do this again in a couple of weeks. If you've got any questions.
It will be on our Instagram story, and also, I'm sorry, I didn't ask everybody's questions. If you message on live chat online or send a DM, we will reply to you soon.
Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll look forward to seeing you probably in a couple of weeks' time when we do another one.